All right, what's up, everybody? So we haven't done a video in a little bit on the CJ5 of our buddies here, Mike's, but we did get it running, and we're gonna kind of run through a little bit. Go ahead and pop the hood real quick for him,
Certainly.
and we'll show what we had done and all that. So we had stopped because we're waiting on the ignition and all. So what would happen was, oh wow, this thing looks good. A little dirty. We've been running it already. But before we wrapped up the year and all that, we wanted to show you. But anyways, so we had this MSD ignition, but we had to make our own plug wires so we could kind of route it and make it nice and all that. And when we got the plug wires, the guy that does this for us went to start stripping them, and they were just falling apart. So it was just bad luck. We got a bad set of plug wires. So we had to wait and get a new set. And then he ended up taking it to his house to kind of do the finer details to it and all that. But he got the wires ran real nice, and so pretty much, what all did we do this thing?
We got the distributor here. We got the got a little switch here.
Which was nice with this because it turned it into almost like a one wire setup, kind of like a Chevy, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It got rid of all that AMC crap with the modules that kind of come with like a Fords and all that crap back in the day.
Yeah, and I think he might have ran some stuff in the back that I can't see.
Okay. So it's got a Elbrock 600 CFM carb on there with vacuum secondaries. It's got the Offenhauser intake that we actually stole off the 360. The heads have been reworked, and then he's got the full length headers on this now, and this is the 304 since we had to scrap the 360 just from pretty much bad luck. We thought it was a good motor, but it ended up being a dud. It's got a comp cam in there. It's got heavier valve springs and all that stuff. You know, we threw a nice double roller chain in. What else do we have done to this thing? We ended up having to do like a new alternator on there. He's got power steering on this thing. And then he's just got glass packs on it, but we're going to probably update that to some Spintech mufflers. But at the time, we just wanted to see it get running. One thing you might notice in the video, bad luck, we'd put a new clutch in this thing, and the throwout bearing, brand new, but defective. So you might hear a little bit of noise, and that's going to be that. And, oh, that's what another thing, it was the trans that was giving us issues.
Yeah. Oh,
so that's what. Gotta be worse because it's cold. Sounds good.
Yeah, all right.
Except for that loud howling noise.
Yeah.
If it had like a supercharger on, it'd be normal. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. It went away a little bit. See, it goes in and out. But, so we got to throw a new throwout bearing in it. We're just going to do that in the springtime. He's going to put a reservoir for the coolant in there. And we're going to route some new fuel lines. And then he's actually got a bikini top for it. And we're going to get rid of the spare tire on the back just because it looks really yuppie with it on there. And, yeah, it's going to be a cool looking Jeep for sure. He might throw some different set of tires on it next year. Just because right now he's running 33s.
Yeah.
So it just really puts your ratio really high. You know, with the tires and all that. Obviously you put new gears and stuff like that. But to put new gears and something like this front and back, if you're paying someone to do it, you're going to probably be looking around the 2G mark. Because once you get into that point, you're going to want to update the axles in the back, because these older Jeeps like this have a two-piece axle setup, which are notorious for snapping. He shouldn't have to worry about that with this setup, but if he were to go at that depth, he would have to do that, because you might as well when you're in it. But instead of doing that, the cheaper route would be going with a different set of tires, and do is bump these 33s down to like a 31s, or even a 30 would look good on this thing. And that's going to give you a lot more torque and be good for hill climbing and all that. But yeah, it's a little dirty. He's been running around the dunes and all that stuff, but That was a cold start. It's got his Optimum battery in there, but it runs pretty good. Looks good. I'm glad he painted all this too. As far as the back and all that, that looks nice. So, yeah. What about your light situation? You gonna leave the old stock lights in this thing?
No, I think we're gonna go ahead and do the upgrade like you did on the CJ.
What I was thinking about doing is I was gonna try to experiment this year and using these stock lights still, but cutting the back out and putting my own LED in there. Try to keep the old-fashioned look still.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and still get the brightness. Because that's the problem with this old stuff. Just, they're not bright at all. And with all this newer age stuff, you got cars behind you that are so modern and all that. I mean, it just casts a shadow on you.
Maybe we'll pop off the light off the spare vehicle back there and give that a shot this winter.
Oh, the Exploder?
No, the other CJ.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, I got mine. Dude, they're like $15.
Okay, yeah.
They're pretty cheap. So, and I probably even kept my spares because I'm a hoarder with that shit. For no reason. I'll keep it and then it'll stay up there forever. So, all right. So, oops. All right. So I just wanted to wrap up the video as far as I wanted to show you guys how we did get this Jeep running and all that. And it is running pretty good. And it should be a good year next year. So we got my Jeep running good. We got this one running good. Our buddy just bought that Willys Jeep. If you haven't watched that video, go back and click on the link up here actually and check that thing out. And should have a nice little Milo's going to be bringing a CJ5 up next year.
Absolutely.
Got that thing rebuilt. Got a nice little group of CJ5s. What do we got in our group? How many CJs now? I don't know, man. Don't worry, I'll edit this part out.
Yeah. You're putting me on a fucking spot.
We got mine, yours. Let's just count Tommy as one because he's only one person. He's not bringing two Jeeps at once. Michael, Milo.
Yeah.
So we got at least, Brendan, 6.
Yeah.
So we got at least 6 CJs. So that's not counting the JKs, the JLs, and all
Jesse
that.
ever comes back.
Oh, I got Jesse. That's 7. Or is that 6? 7 or 6. Anyways, so yeah. Hopefully next year, should be a good year for sure. What are you doing there?
Huh? Don't you worry about me, son.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. So thanks for watching.